Hello, my name is Alan Nochumson of Nochumson P.C. My law firm, Nochumson P.C., is situated in Center City, Philadelphia, and we handle real estate transactions, litigation, and business counseling for companies throughout the Philadelphia region. And today I wanted to talk to you about how to handle real estate closings remotely, especially given this COVID-19 pandemic. And today I have with you a source that we do a lot of business with, Nader Ayoub. He's a title agent in Philadelphia, and I felt like he would be a good resource to kind of understand what's happening now in this environment, especially with closings more and more happening remotely throughout the Commonwealth. How are you doing, Nader?
I'm good, Alan. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Good, good. So why don't you tell me a little bit of what's going on right now in terms of real estate closings throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania?
So, Alan, as you know, in the course of normal business, we as notaries would be required, obviously, to sit in front of people, verify their identity, and witness them signing documentation. With the introduction of COVID-19 and the relaxation of the rules by the governor, we now are moving to what's called remote online notarization. Basically, what it allows us to do is perform a closing without having to sit in front of an individual and watch them sign their wet signature to the documentation. So they sign it virtually, and it's notarized virtually.
Okay, so I guess the first thing I would think about are all the lenders accepting this type of execution of their loan documents?
You know, it's interesting. In discussions with my underwriters this morning, I was speaking with them, and as we understand, or as I understand from that conversation, there's currently in our area 2 brokers which are allowing their documentation to be signed electronically. However, some of the lenders that I work with had put out statements stating that they won't accept them at this point.
Okay, so I guess before anyone starts a real estate transaction that has a mortgage financing component to it, they should really find out whether their lender is willing to even close remotely.
Absolutely.
Okay, what about your underwriter? Are all the underwriters, title insurance underwriters in Pennsylvania, accepting what's called remote online notarization?
So we underwrite through Old Republic, and they are currently allowing it to happen. And as I understand, the 3 other large underwriters are allowing remote online notarization to happen.
All right, so there's
nothing.
Oh, sorry, and so that means there's nothing preventing someone from closing a transaction from a title insurance perspective.
No.
Okay.
No,
Other than any other transaction.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay.
We can close.
What about the counties? Are the counties accepting these documents that are being notarized remotely?
As of the last list that I received, not all 67 counties in the state of Pennsylvania are accepting RON documentation.
Okay.
Most of the counties, I shouldn't say most of the counties on the eastern side of the state are counties: Philadelphia, Montgomery, Bucks County. I think Delaware is not accepting remote online notarization. They don't have e-recording currently. So you have to present the physical document to them. And I think they still want a wet signature. Some of the recorders in the western part of the state will accept it, but not every county in the state is accepting them.
All right, so then again, another due diligence item before you sign an agreement of sale and you want to perform a remote closing, you should probably look into calling the recorder of deeds for that county to make sure that they actually accept documents.
Very true.
Okay.
Very true.
No, but you're still performing closings physically, right?
Yes, we are, with some really large safeguards. I mean, certainly we don't want to be very close to people. We want to try and keep as much distance between us and them. We wear gloves. We sterilize everything. So we take some very serious precautions, and most title agents are taking some very serious precautions when they actually are sitting in front of people. Some are taking it to the extent that they're doing them in parking lots and watching the other individual sign in a car from their car.
You know, I've actually talked to a real estate agent who mentioned that she did that, last week. No, it's not uncommon. So should anyone be concerned if they're a seller of a real estate transaction and the buyer wants to do a transaction through RON, which is remote online notarization?
Well, I think there's always a risk currently because we haven't fleshed out the process fully just yet. So I think there should be concern on all sides when you're doing a RON closing, to be very honest with you. Obviously, again, we want to hit on the points that you need to make sure that the lenders are on board, that the recorder of deeds are on board, and that everybody's on board before you undertake the remote online notarization.
Yeah. So now, is your company a RON?
Yeah, we actually will be using a third party to perform the remote online notarization for us.
Okay. Does it cost any more to close via in person or Ron?
So the online notarization is about $150. It's the same cost as in sending an actual notary out. That doesn't work for us. You know, it's $150, $175, $200 charge, somewhere around there.
Okay, so Nader, thank you so much for your time. If someone needs to get in contact with you, either to perform a closing, via Ron or in person, how would they get a hold of you?
So they can feel free to call me at 610-727-3802, or they can email me at info@American National, L, which stands for land, T, which stands for transfer.com. They can visit us at www.americannationallt.com as well. Feel free to call me anytime or email me. As you know, I get back to people generally within 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I can vouch for that. That we do a lot of closings in city of Philadelphia, and we use Nader and his company a lot, and he's one that's very responsive. And thank you so much for taking
Thank you.
time. I know that even in this environment, you stated that you have almost like 30 closings in the queue this month.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been blessed with a ton of closings this month. It's been extremely busy for us.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye.
Have a great day.